Dear friends and partners from the industry, it's my pleasure to give the opening address for today's inaugural APTRA APEC Dialogue webinar held in association with the Moody David Report. It's been just over a year since the global COVID-19 pandemic started, and the impact of COVID-19 still weighs on Singapore and countries around the world. The economic and social disruption caused by the pandemic has been devastating. Air travel everywhere has plunged, particularly here in Changi. Because we have no domestic air traffic, we witnessed an unprecedented 99% drop in our PAX traffic during the initial period. And with few travellers, and hence meeters and greeters, footfall at our landside shops and at Jewel Changi Airport was badly affected. Despite these challenges, we at Changi have always understood our mission to connect Singapore to the world and the world to Singapore. Changi has to remain open to facilitate travel for those trying to go home to be with their loved ones, to support cargo flows to and from Singapore, especially for essential goods like PPEs and masks, and now the safe transportation and efficient distribution of COVID-19 vaccines. So how have we at CAG been responding to the COVID crisis? As the operator of an important air hub, we had to ensure that Changi can remain open and to also operate sustainably. This meant scaling down our operations to optimize resources and to better match the drop in passenger traffic and flight operations. And so, we made the painful decision to temporarily stop operations in 2 of our 4 terminals and to consolidate our operations in the remaining 2. This allowed CAG, our airlines and aviation partners, as well as our concession partners, to consolidate their business operations, save on running costs, and to operate more sustainably. Beyond that immediate response, we also quickly realized that with COVID, demand for air travel was being determined primarily by the cross-border travel controls and policies implemented by the different states. And this was in turn shaped by the epidemiological situation in the respective states, such as the rates of COVID infection and the rates of vaccination vis-a-vis the risk appetite of the different states. As such, for CAG to play a strategic role in the recovery of air travel in Singapore, we need to actively participate in and shape the formulation of cross-border travel policies at the national level. And to that end, we have been proactively participating in various national committees and providing our inputs and support to both the Ministries of Health and of Transport in Singapore. For example, CAG is part of the National Emerging Stronger Task Force. This task force developed and trialled its first prototype for safe trade shows and exhibitions, the first of which was held in November last year at APEC's first international travel trade show, Travel Revive. This was attended by over 1,000 local and international participants who took part in the SAFE bubble-wrapped program. Changi was also part of a consortium which developed a specially built hotel cum business centre called Connect at Changi, which recently opened in February this year. This facility was specially designed to allow business travellers from around the world to stay and safely conduct face-to-face meetings in Singapore without the need to self-quarantine on arrival. These efforts will help Singapore to resume international business meetings and speed up the recovery of our MICE and hospitality sectors. Another important consideration we had was to ensure that Changi is COVID safe and the health of our travellers, airport workers and visitors is safeguarded. Apart from implementing a stepped-up cleaning and disinfection program within the terminals and also at Jewel, our airport facilities have also been upgraded to offer more contactless processing, from checking in to immigration to the trialling of UVC light for disinfection, all aiming to give our staff and travellers alike greater peace of mind. We also set up on-site facilities to support swabbing for up to 10,000 passengers a day, and this is supplemented by a dedicated COVID-19 testing lab at the airport itself. The Singapore government has also prioritised vaccination for the airport community to facilitate not just the reopening of borders, but more importantly to safeguard the airport community. Following the suspension of operations in T4, Changi converted the terminal into a COVID-19 vaccination centre to support Singapore's vaccination efforts. To date, over 22,000 members of the airport community, including over 80% of our frontline staff from our shops and restaurants, have received their first dose of the vaccine. We expect the numbers to increase as more come forward. With adequate testing capacity and an increasing percentage of our local population receiving their vaccinations, we will be in a better place to positively influence our health and border control policies and work towards the reopening of the Changi hub. It's been obvious to us from the onset that Changi's survival and success alone is not sufficient. As just one party in the aviation ecosystem, the survival and success of the Changi Air Hub depends on the survival and success of all our partners, and we are resolved to support and work with them to ride out the storm together. One of the first impact of COVID and the plunge in business was the intense pressure to cut costs and retrench staff. One of our earliest priorities, therefore, was to protect and save as many jobs as possible. We lobbied the government to ensure that our travel retail partners are treated as part of the aviation industry, which has been disproportionately impacted and would hence qualify for enhanced job assistance schemes and grants. At the same time, we also worked with the relevant government agencies to help our tenants in retraining and upskilling of their workforce and providing them with absentee payroll support, and also in job matching and job placement. CAG has also been supporting our retailers and partners with additional rebates and waivers on charges and rentals, beyond that offered by the Singapore government. More importantly, we have been partnering our tenants to grow sales. With our PAX traffic decimated, we have been forced to rethink many issues, including who our customers really are. Pre-COVID, Changi used to serve 68 million passengers annually. But now we have no more passengers. But does this mean that we have no more customers to serve? That was our old mindset. But we quickly realized that our customers are still our customers. They are just stuck at home, unable to fly due to the travel restrictions. But we should still continue to engage them and to serve them. And with this mindset shift, we have been pivoting our business strategy towards better serving this non-travelling market with the support of our retailers. For example, our e-commerce portal, iShop Changi. We quickly switched its focus from being one that's a largely buy and fly business model to become a non-traveller marketplace that actively targets the local residents in Singapore. With the support of our retailers, we now offer all Singapore residents tax-absorbed, home-delivered shopping without the need to fly. Shoppers who are non-travellers now contribute over 97% of iShop's Changi sales, which has been growing beyond pre-COVID levels and still continues to grow. We've also transformed our F&B business with the launch of our very own food delivery service, Changi Eats. This allows our F&B operators to expand their market catchment island-wide and grow their business beyond Changi Airport. We have also curated many other initiatives to drive footfall to the airport. This has included running airside shopping tours for specially invited guests from our Changi Rewards program and from key partners, as well as special tasting and buying events where specially invited guests are able to buy tax and duty-paid wines and spirits at special prices. Another notable campaign was our Christmas event, the Changi Festive Village, where Changi transformed into a one-stop entertainment hub for the whole family, offering everything from glamping under the stars, night go-karting to a fun snow house. For many Singapore residents, Changi holds a special place in their hearts, and we hope that these activities not only show Changi's resilience, even in our darkest moments, but also bring some joy and delight and some semblance of a return to normalcy for our fellow Singaporeans. In the midst of this pandemic, Changi remains committed to making the necessary investments needed to emerge stronger from this crisis. For example, we are plowing ahead with our Terminal 2 expansion project, which will increase our overall handling capacity and enhance the airport experience. Besides our physical infrastructure, CAG is also investing in our people and building our tech and digital capabilities. Now, the airport traditionally offers mostly a physical or offline experience to our customers. But we are making use of this lull to build new digital products that will allow our customers to engage with us digitally and to offer a truly omni-channel experience. For example, last year we introduced new features to our iChangi app that will allow our customers to book activities and events like those that we organised in Christmas, to redeem shopping promotions and premiums, and even parking promotions, all done digitally, of course. And as part of our COVID-safe travel initiatives, the app also allows the booking of slots for check-in and also departure security screening.
And we will be further revamping the app this year to include even more new features and services, including the introduction of Changi's own e-wallet, Changi Pay, which will offer contactless payment both online and offline at the airport. In closing, 2020 is over, but we are still in the middle of the pandemic. Nonetheless, we remain deeply hopeful. We believe that the human desire for face-to-face connections and the thirst for wanderlust remains strong, and the demand for air travel will return. With the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines around the world, things will get better. In the meantime, we must remain resilient and agile to change, whether it be in new ways of working with our customers, new ways of working with our partners, or new ways of experiencing the airport. We believe that with this mindset, and by working closely with our partners in the Trinity, retailers and brands like yourselves, we can and will emerge stronger from this crisis. Thank you all very much.